Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing the first episode of a brand new segment I will have here on my channel that has everything to do with books. I love reading. I think it's such a rewarding hobby, and like Epictetus says, reading books or books more than anything are a good set of weights for your mind, and that is 100% true. I love coming across a good book and it showing me a whole new skill, a new way of seeing things, or just a brand new mindset on a specific subject. I love it. So that is exactly what I will be doing. I will be sharing life-changing, amazing books that I have came across, and I hope you guys love it. I couldn't think of a better book to kick off this segment than The Richest Man in Babylon. The Richest Man in Babylon was written in 1926 by George S. Clason. The book itself is a very easy read. It's only 144 pages long, so it's a pretty easy read. It takes place in ancient Babylon and how it became the richest city of the ancient world. Its purpose is to educate its readers on extremely simplified financial understanding. Overall, it wants its readers to learn to appreciate the value of money, to practice the principles presented to acquire money, to make their money work for them, and to not lose their money. Now, just because the book itself was written almost 100 years ago does not mean that its teachings are no longer valid today in 2020. They totally are. I have put them to practice, I have put them to the test, and they work. They really work, and I think they can work for you as well. There's an amazing quote in this book. This book is filled with amazing quotes, and I love amazing quotes. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you have noticed already that I love just resharing amazing quotes. So listen, it says, "The sun that shines today is the sun that shone when thy father was born, and will still be shining when thy last grandchild shall pass into the darkness." Meaning that yes, the gold coin has changed to the dollar or to the euro or to the Bitcoin, and it's still going to change, but the teachings, the skills are going to remain the same. So learn them, apply them, master them. The Richest Man in Babylon is based on a fictional character by the name of Arcad that became the richest man in Babylon from being a poor scribe. The book is told in almost a biography way because through Arcad we're able to see, and he tells us how these laws that he applied worked for him almost 8,000 years ago and how they can work for you today. And now, to be clear, this book does not want to turn you into a money-hungry, heartless machine. No, it wants you to learn and understand that making money is an art. Making money work for you is a skill, and not losing money, that's wisdom. And to start off, you have to learn to live below your means. This book just kind of wants to emphasize that you need to learn to live below your means. So by not living below your means and buying overly expensive clothes, overly expensive shoes, a house maybe that you can barely afford, that you just purchased to show off that you were able to buy a house, I don't know, an overly priced car that doesn't even fulfill your needs to drive to work because it's just so luxury, that's gonna bring you no permanent good. And I'm sure you have felt it, I know I have, that when you buy something that's just ridiculously overpriced, you're like, oh, I bought this Louis belt or this Gucci bag, but it does not bring you any long-term satisfaction. It really doesn't. It fulfills like a momentary little, just little, oh, I'm able to buy this even if it's on credit feeling, but then that's it. That's literally it. Wealth is power, and with wealth, many things are possible. You can buy yourself a house or multiple houses. You can buy your parents a house. You can go on vacations. You can furnish your house without going into debt. You can help a family that needs that extra help. You can pay your medications if you need them. You can, I don't know, go on super cool vacations without having to put them on credit cards and just be worried, oh my God, can I afford it? I guess I can. I'll just make payments on it from here on out. No, you can afford those things. Wealth is power, and with power, many things are possible. And then once you realize these things, you're going to want your share. You're going to say, yeah, I don't want that 9-to-5 job anymore. I don't want to have to depend on my boss and just make sure that I kiss his buttocks or just do the best I can to not get fired, because if I get fired, I am basically just screwed. You're not going to want to depend on that anymore. You're going to want to see, okay, what can I do different? how can I manage my finances different so that I can afford the lifestyle I want for myself? So I can afford that house, I can afford that vacation, I can afford that time with my family and not stress about I have to be at work at 6 in the morning or I have to, The Richest Man in Babylon focuses its teachings on a set of 7 cures for a lean purse. What the heck does a lean purse mean? It means exactly that. A thin wallet, a small stack of cash under your mattress, a small bank account, and we don't want that. We want a thick wallet. We want a big stack of cash under our mattress. We want a big bank account. And that's why we need to understand and apply the 7 cures for a lean purse. When the king of Babylon realized that Arkad was the wealthiest man in Babylon, he was shocked. He was like, okay, what did he do different than all these other men that went to the same school as Arkad, that had the same mentors as Arkad, they went to the same church? What did he do different than all these men? Because these other men are broke. These other men are living paycheck to paycheck, or I guess money bag to money bag. They can barely make ends meet. And then we have Arkad here, like super wealthy. What did he do different than them? So he went up to Arkad and he said, hey, Arkad, can I have you teach all these men how they can also become as wealthy as yourself? And Arkad said, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. But I need 7 days. I'm going to teach these men, but I need 7 days. And the king said, okay, let's do that. So he set up a seminar sort of thing for Arkad so he can teach these 7 cures ultimately to these men. And then these men can go off and teach other men how they can also become wealthy. These men were super smart. So they were the smartest men of Babylon, and the king had faith that once they learned how to make money like Arkad, they could go and teach the other men of the city how they could also become wealthy, ultimately making Babylon the wealthiest city of the ancient world. The first day of the seminar, Arkad asked these men, he said, who here has a lean purse? And almost simultaneously, they all just raised their purse and they all started laughing. They were like, ha ha. They all just started laughing. And Arkad thought it was funny, but he wanted them to all realize one thing. So then he asked them, he asked like one random guy, what do you do for a living? And then he said, I'm a sheep herder or whatever. And then he asked somebody else, and that person said, I'm a brake maker. He asked somebody else, he said, I'm a shoemaker. And then he said, okay, do you guys realize one thing? Your guys' income is different. He might make a little bit more. He has a higher income. He has a lower income, but you guys have that same issue. You guys all have lean purses. And in comes cure number 1 for a lean purse. Start thy purse to fattening. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. Start thy purse to fattening. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. You need to say this to yourself until it becomes obvious that every single time you receive a check, whether it be daily, weekly, monthly, a portion of that check is for you to keep. Then you can pay your bills. You work for yourself, and then you could pay those bills to the mortgage company or the car place, the what's it called, the finance company. But you pay yourself first, okay? Arkad says, you need to always pay yourself a minimum of 10%. So if you get a check weekly, 10% of that amount you have to put aside for yourself. You can increase that amount to 20%, to 30%, whatever is comfortable and is not going to make you basically not be able to pay your mortgage because you put 50% away. No, if 10% is all you can put away, that is fine. Imagine if you started working at 17 years old and you've been putting away 10% of your income since you were 17 years old. A really good technique to teach your little cousins or your kids that are 17, 16-year-old that are starting to work. Amazing technique. So that is cure number 1. Start thy purse to fattening. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. And always start by paying yourself first. Number 2, control thy expenditures. Limit your desires to what you can attain within your income. Learn to live below your means. Identify what your desires and your expenses are. Do not confuse them. See which one you can kind of control or limit more than anything. Your desires, you need to control those. Every single penny you make needs to have a home, whether that be your savings account, your investing account, your bills, your mortgage, your food for the month or the week or whatever. And yes, keep some extra for Starbucks, but not that much. Number 3, make thy gold multiply. Learn to make your treasures work for you. Invest in your savings. Investing in your savings will lead to wealth quicker. Invest in your health, in your career, in your education, in yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in a side job. That side job can be basically fueled by your 9 to 5, and then whatever you generate from that side job can go back into investing, and then so on and so forth until you can freely escape the 9 to 5. Because ultimately we want to escape that 9 to 5. We want to be free from the rat race. And yes, maybe it could work for some people, but if you have a millionaire mindset, it does not work for you. Paying off all bad debt. A man shall pay off all his debts with all the promptness within his power. Being in debt is literally being someone's slave. You're working for them. You're working hard to pay off something you couldn't afford to begin with. So, real assets. Remember, assets make you money. Liabilities take money from you. Do not confuse those. Invest in assets. In the stock market, there really is some really reliable stocks out there that are really good to start with, but do your due diligence. Lastly, in real estate, but invest, okay? So number 4, the 4th cure for a lean purse is guard thy treasures from loss. A small and safe return is much more desirable than risk. And yes, without risk, there is no gain. I get it, but do your homework. Make sure that where you're going to invest, you know what you're talking about. If not, get a mentor that knows what he's talking about. There's way more safe ways to invest than a get rich quick scheme. Like, those do not work. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So do your homework before putting all your treasures in one basket, okay? Number 5, make thy dwelling a profitable investment. Our CAD recommends that every man own the roof that shelters himself and his family. Buy your own home as quickly as you possibly can. Number 6, ensure a future income. Provide in advance for the needs of old age and the protection of your family if you are no longer with them. Meaning that you should not depend on the government. You should not depend on promised retirement plans. Those are no longer sustainable. You need to start investing in your future since now, since today. You're gonna hit 80 one day, hopefully 80 or 90 or 100, and you're not gonna have the same strength, the same energy, the same desire, the same skills that you have today. So you need to start taking care of yourself, your future self, since today. Number 7, increase your ability to earn. This literally means invest in yourself, invest in your health, your education, go to the seminars, go to the courses, read the books, go to the gym, take care of your health, your mental health. Find a good hobby that's gonna make you just a better person overall. Get in touch with your spiritual side. Learn different kind of techniques that's gonna help you just basically project yourself better, in a better light, in a better way. Develop that high paying skill. Prepare yourself. Invest in yourself. Increase your ability to earn. You guys, this sums up the 7 cures for a lean purse. And without a doubt, I give The Richest Man in Babylon a solid 10 out of 10. I love this book. I love this book. You seriously have to become friends with your money. You have to become friends with your finances. Know your expenses, track them, accommodate them, stabilize an emergency fund. Dave Ramsey always says, have an emergency fund that's going to take care of you. It's going to carry you through 6 months. You guys, this pandemic has lasted about 6 months, but an emergency fund's also just in case you lose your job. So have that ready. Become friends with your finances. Invest your money so it can make you money. Pay off all debt, all bad debt. Pay off your car debt, your student loans, your credit card debt. If you owe that friend money, pay that money back, or else it's not going to come back to you tenfold. So get that settled. Pay your bills on time. There's nothing more satisfying than knowing that you're good with handling your money. And last quote, because again, I love quotes and this book is just filled with them. So last one. I found my road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earn is mine to keep. And so will you. Let me know in the comments below if you have read this book or if you are about to go and purchase it and read it and get your own opinion on this book, because this was my opinion. Again, someone else is going to read it and take something else from it. But if you have, let me know in the comments below. And that being said, don't forget to pay yourself first, and I will see you next time.